Hi there, welcome back to my channel 1111 Oracle. Thank you so much for coming back. If it's your first time, welcome to my channel. And the reading today is, of course, what does your pet or any animal that you're thinking of, could be a pet that, or an animal that is living or no longer in this dimension, if you will. What are their thoughts for you? Number one, what do they think of you? What do they feel about you? And what is their message for you? And before I get into the reading, I just want to mention that if you do have any question in particular, or you're interested in having, Reiki for yourself, or even Reiki for a pet for that matter, or someone else, or an astrology reading, email me. You'll find my email in the description below, along with my website and the services I offer. I'm offering a 50% discount if you email me with a screenshot of your subscription to my channel. So that is if you've subscribed in the past or if you have subscribed recently. So if you're interested in a free reading, go ahead and email me a screenshot of your subscription to my channel, and I would be happy to give you one. Okay, let's take a look at our choices of these beautiful little air plants that I received from my sister. We have, let's see, I'm trying to figure out if this is mirrored. Then you're looking at it from this way. Okay, sorry, this is camera mirrored. I have to just do a little thinking here. Okay, so this is going to be 1, 2, give you a close-up if you haven't already picked. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and I'm gonna put them back into their little bath because they need some water right now, and they're just gonna hang out over here somewhere. All right, and let's go into number 1. Okay, hello, number 1. All right, so we're going to find out what your pet thinks about you. Then we're going to kind of dive into how they feel about you and if they have a particular message for you. I actually want to start with, I was going to start with my tarot deck, but I'm going to start instead with I thought it was fitting, Oracle of the Unicorns, and we're talking about animals. So I thought, let's bring the magic of the unicorns into our reading. All right, let's shuffle and let's see what we get. I hope you're all having a wonderful day so far. I know where I am, the weather is kind of gloomy, but still a really nice day. I cannot complain. Okay. 3, 4. I'm getting 4 for you. Ooh, and 5 wanted to pop out as a bonus, actually. Interesting. So let me show those. Let me get those ready for you so you can see properly. Right. Let's take a look at what your pet thinks, feels about you, what their message is, and then we'll bring in some other cards as well, don't worry. Beloved. I don't know, you probably see that mirrored, but it says beloved. You've got intuition. You have prosperity and patience, as well as nature. Oh, wow. So first of all, your pet is a nature lover, so are you. You both like to spend a lot of time outside in nature, I see. And your pet has a very strong, interesting. You guys, it's almost like your pet is your familiar. If you're familiar with the term familiar, I feel like your pet is your soulmate. A soulmate doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It could be a friend, could be a family member, anyone who is like, connected to you soul-wise. You've been through other lifetimes together. And in the case of your pet, you have been through other lifetimes. I'm going to try something out, guys. Let's see if this makes... Yay. That looks better, doesn't it? Okay. So your pet is just, you spoil your pet, number one, and they absolutely love the belly rubs, the treats. They just like soak it all up. I'm getting that they were in a situation before where they were possibly not treated as well. You may have a pet, or if you're speaking of a pet that is deceased, that is no longer with us, they may have had a previous owner to you, could be a parent, and the parent was no longer able to take care of the pet, or sibling, or someone went to college, or I don't know, some situation where I'm just intuitively getting that, a download here that the pet or the animal in question might have come from another home before you. And they're saying, first of all, they're screaming very loud and clear that they prefer you 110%, in the sense that they really are connected to the other person to a degree, but you are their person. They love spending time with you. You make them feel happy and good, and you pay a lot of attention to, and they just love that attention that you give them. They feel very intuitively connected with you. They've sent you telepathic messages in the past, and they love that you can read their mind and sort of just know what they need, right? They absolutely adore you, is what they think about you. They absolutely 110% adore you. You are the apple of their eye. You are their everything. And they love spending time with you outside, whether you're playing fetch or taking a walk with them. They love the quiet moments that they get to spend with you outside. I don't know if you have a garden, or if you're taking care of an animal at a sanctuary, perhaps. If you are, so cool. Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to volunteer at a sanctuary one of these days. So that is pretty cool if you do. Either way, your pet feels very attached to you. You are, and I'm getting you're their family, you're their root. So it's almost like when I tune into your pet, permission to channel their voice and their thoughts through me. If they give me that permission, I'm getting that, I'm just feeling that some of them are sort of chuckling and laughing. I don't know how pets exactly laugh. I know my dog looks like he's laughing, so I'm going to say that animals are capable of laughing. I hear them, feel them laughing, if you will, when in response to the question, what do you think of your person? Because they're like, what do I think? I don't know if I think, I feel, I breathe in, we just are. It's a sort of very, very deep bond and attachment with your animal that goes above and beyond this lifetime. Now, if you know me and you know my channel, I do talk about past lifetimes in a few of my videos. You don't necessarily have to agree with everything that I think or believe. You're more than welcome to disagree with anything and everything in my videos, but I feel, and you don't have to agree, like I said, I feel that you have shared many past lifetimes together. And I'm hearing from the beginning. You've been together from the beginning, whatever that means, from the very first time that you incarnated on Earth, or from another, I'm hearing, possibly if you're into the concept of starseeds, planet. I don't know. I don't know, but whatever it is, you have definitely a deep attachment with this animal. They regard you as family. They regard you as an equal. They take care of you as much as you take care of them. If they are deceased, then they are constantly watching over you as an animal totem or spirit animal, if you will, spirit guide, right? They are watching over you. They are a part of your soul family. And interesting, very interesting. I'm getting that if you are into this concept in a past, you guys interchange roles. You always meet at one point. So bizarre, but I'm getting that in each and every one of your lifetimes, you always meet this animal in the physical. And then there's always a moment where either in a lifetime they depart or you depart into the afterworld, to the, right? And then if they are going on their spiritual journey to the other side, then they are the ones who watch over you. And if you move on, then you are the one who watches over them. And it's a pattern that has repeated itself for a very, very long time in most of your lifetimes. I know I said all at the beginning, but I'm getting now most, so like almost every single one is what I'm getting, which is very fascinating. So you have a very strong tie with this animal. Now, I mentioned the word familiar before. Your animal wants me to go back to the word familiar. This is their message for you. And I'm going to pull some more cards just to get more clarity and, more perspective, more intuition about this connection here with your pet, with your animal. But they want me to come back to the word familiar, and they want to say that you have these almost occult abilities. You have an exceptionally strong intuition. Your intuition is very earth-based and very tied to the realm of the elementals. I know I mentioned that in practically all of my videos as well. I'm very obsessed with the realm of the fae, the fairies, and so you have a connection to that realm as well. But you have more so many past lives, I'm hearing, as a, what we would call a witch, if you will, except it's not necessarily, witch is one term for it. You may have practiced in certain lifetimes different variations of paganism, depending on whether you were in ancient Ireland or ancient Rome, or during the Mayan or Aztec or Inca or whatever, all of the ancient civilizations, depending on which place you found yourself, you have these occult abilities, and you practice them. You practice this earth-based magic, and your animal is nudging you. They're saying, it's time. You need to remember who you are, and you need to start practicing again, and to also have patience. They say that sometimes you get impatient with yourself and to slow down because, they see you getting really impatient with yourself. And they start to worry about you almost as if they were a parent. So they feel it's almost like they're very paternal, or I'm getting very paternal. So either most of you have pets that are male, or the female pets have a very, very strong energy. But it could be that some of them feel maternal towards you, but I'm getting most of them getting more of a protective vibe, a protective paternal vibe, where they get very worried and they get very protective of you, especially when they see you worry. And when they see you getting frustrated and impatient with yourself and down on yourself, they start to just really worry. You worry them. You worry them. They're asking you to slow down. They're asking you to take a breath. I'm getting that if you do have a pet that is alive, sometimes they paw at you, at your face, if they're a cat, or possibly, you know, if it's a dog, then maybe your chest even, or your arm or your hand, or, you know, they paw at you. Not because they're just trying to be cute or get a belly rub or play ball or, you know, or just say hi and give you a handshake or something. You know, they're trying to communicate with you actually. And what they're trying to tell you is that when they see you in this sort of more panicky mode of self-doubt and worry and a bit of masochism, you know, you tend to be very mean towards yourself. They're asking you, especially when they paw you, they're asking you to slow it down. They want you to pay attention to them. They want to basically help you to synchronize your breathing with theirs. It's very interesting. So they're trying to get you to breathe slowly, just like they're doing, and they want you to feel their energy, so that their energy, a very grounded, right? Animals have a very grounded energy to them. So do plants, which is why, sorry, speaking of plants, my air plants just told me that they want to get out of the bath and that time's up. Okay. Gotta trust your intuition. I could be making stuff up, but I swear that's the message that, I don't know, it seems when I pay attention to those messages, my plants seem to do better, so I'm going to trust it. I'm just going to leave them in this towel here. Sorry about that. But yeah, this has a very beautiful reading. Your animal feels very, very protective of you. They want you to slow down. They think you're amazing, and they say you get locked in your head and you can't see reality. They can't see how gifted you are, how prosperous, how abundant, how beautiful you are, and they say that there's more abundance coming your way. They need you to ground in nature with them more and to enjoy quiet moments without fretting about who's calling you, who's trying to contact you. I don't know, something about people contacting you or something like that. They notice that you're always around your phone and they're trying to say, okay, you know, you don't need to be around your phone all the time. If that doesn't resonate, then totally let it go. But the message that I'm getting is that they are saying to spend time in nature, stop worrying about who's calling you, contacting you, messaging you, whatever. Spend time with them. Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to the sounds you hear, the smells you smell, the feelings of the grass blades, or, you know, whatever it is, you know, the images of the sun on the pavement. They want you to pay attention to your surroundings. And by doing so, they say that you're going to unlock hidden potential and abilities within your intuitive sphere. Your psychic abilities are going to open up. And they tell you, wow, very prophetic animal. Interesting. Animals can have prophecy as well. Especially cats, I find there are certain cats that are quite prophetic. It's just been my feeling towards cats in general, but it's not always the case, of course. I think that they're basically saying that you are going to be attracting this love of your life, this amazing person. If in most cases it's a new relationship, and for those of you who are committed, and this is your person, you're with your person, then this talks about a total renewal in your relationship. something tremendously gorgeous is about to happen if you can calm down and relax. Basically is what your pet is trying to get at. Your intuition will open up. You have a renewal in your relationship, or a new person is coming towards you. Pick which one makes more sense. You're going to be coming into abundance, inner fulfillment, outer fulfillment. All of it's related. It's all a domino effect. And your pet sees all of this, which is really interesting, very interesting, because this information, sometimes the messages come through from spirit, and some of them have, but this is your pet actually giving me this information about your future, which I wasn't planning on doing a future reading, but there you have it, out of nowhere. Let's get some more cards. I'm going to pull some, like maybe a couple more. Clarifying cards. And just going to get a couple here. Not too many, just two. I don't need that many. Everybody's different, right? Some people need to see a big picture. Some people just would get overwhelmed. So all tarot readers are different. I think sometimes I get overwhelmed by too many cards, so it's interesting. I like seeing different pick-a-card readings online and seeing how different readers read. I find it fascinating. So, okay, we have, I know for you it's flipped because my camera's mirrored, but we have the Three of Pentacles and we have the Nine of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, very earthy signs. First of all, as far as timing is concerned, Pentacles are, I connect the Pentacles to years. So whatever you're growing right now, whatever you are trying to lay down a foundation of, whether it's a happy home or a successful career or, inner fulfillment of some kind, having more of a positive mentality, whatever it is, or an actual business even, whatever it is that you're actually trying to build at this time is going to be something that will grow in incremental steps, okay? But the lasting success will be lifelong. You're going to build something very, 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 very solid, and it will last even generations. For many of you, you could be doing something that totally changes the course of your descendants in the most positive ways. You kind of change the family line for the better. You correct old mistakes and you create new possibilities. And I don't know, something you're doing right now is going to be very powerful and will last, forever in time, which is, wow, very powerful here. What does that even have to do with your animal? I think your animal is a key component right now of creating this wholeness within you. The role of your pet or of your guardian animal, right, if they're deceased, their role is very special. It's to ground you in reality, to help you enjoy yourself, enjoy your surroundings, enjoy nature, connect to nature, and to transform your inner state of being so you can become a more relaxed, happy, centered, focused person. And then you can go out and you can achieve all of the magnificent things that you are going to achieve for yourself and for generations and generations to come. So your animal is so key right now. Their energy, they're sent as sort of like a divine messenger to you. They are one of your spirit guides. You for sure have played the role as their spirit guide, and you will interchangeably do the same for each other for, until the end of time or whatever and beyond. But they definitely watch over you, and they have a very powerful role in your life. They're not just a pet, like, hey, let's go play ball, he's cute, let's put him in some silly outfit or whatever. This is your companion. This is your soulmate. Very powerful reading. Wow. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I really loved doing that one for you. That was really, really special. Okay, well, I hope you have a wonderful day. What could I say? I'll see you in the next video. That was beautiful. Thanks so much for stopping by. Bye. Hey, number 2. Okay, so number 2. Whoa, I did not expect my last reading to be as long as it was. I don't know how long this one's going to be. And if it's longer than, if it's shorter than the other one, I should say, because that one was pretty long. If it's shorter than the other one, than the first one, it has nothing to do with the messages not being, as profound or meaningful. It just depends on, the kind of personality your animal is, and, whether they're super talkative, for example, or not, or whether spirit has a lot to say about the connection or not with your pet, right? Okay, well, let's find out. Anyway, let's see. What does your animal, whether they are alive or deceased, think about you? Okay, so first of all, I'm getting some interesting vibes here right off the top. I think your animal, I'm going to say animal because I don't know if it's your pet or if it's just, an animal that you've connected to, maybe outside, a bird, perhaps. People are interesting. You can have all kinds of connections. So, or maybe you had a pet that was alive and then they're deceased now. So I'm just going to say animal for, to be a little bit more precise in your reading. Okay, so I'm getting that your animal has a sort of an interesting vibe, a very structured vibe about them. Something about them seems very stable and very grounding. And it's almost like, I hear like they keep you in check, or you keep them in check. Let's see. Okay, let's see what your cards have to say. Okay, well, the cards are very interesting. Okay, because that's the feeling that I get from your animal, but the way they think about you is interesting. Oh, and that would make sense. Sorry, I'm just babbling and flow. I know this is the opposite way, but I just want to show you the card because I think it's really beautiful. Okay, flow. All right. Okay, then this is passion. This is the other card that comes up for what they think of you. I'm just so excited for some reason. I have like this very peppy feeling. You must have a very like, I don't know, go, upbeat personality. Like, do you talk really fast or something? Like, I'm just, let me know in the comments if you do, because I'm just getting like, I don't know how to explain it. And then possibility. Okay. Whoa. I mean, your pet thinks you're this expansive, energetic, super passionate, go with the flow kind of person. They love you to death. And they are your complete opposite. It's like a yin and yang relationship here, right? Where your pet is very stable, very calm, kind of keeps you in check. And then you're just like, wow, everywhere, whoa. And I don't know if it's a therapy pet, perhaps. Because if that's the case, then it's not so much keeping you in check rather than just helping you to stay grounded and, feeling good within yourself. And if they are a therapy pet, if that does resonate with you, they have this beautiful therapeutic and earthy, stable energy that really, really, really makes you feel calm. They love taking care of you. Either way, whether they're a therapy pet or not, they love taking care of you. They love being around you. You give them something to smile about, to laugh about. You just make their day complete. You're never a burden on them. They say that sometimes you feel like you're a burden on them. So I don't know if that resonates or not. But they're saying, please stop thinking that way because they love to be around you and they love your energy. You're never a burden on them. You're never, ever a burden. Just like you take care of them, they're happy to return the favor is what they're saying. And they just love your presence. They love being around you. They think you're this, wow, you must be this, whatever you think you are, I mean, your pet just has such a positive, bright view of you. And, I think animals are good judges of character for the most part, right? So I think your pet knows. I think you should trust what your pet thinks of you. They see you as someone who's fiery, like I said, fiery, energetic, expansive, go with the flow. You're just like this wild card, and they love it. They love your presence. I love that. I love your energy versus theirs. It's very interesting. It's such a good, friendship, right? Such a nice friendship. Such a positive friendship. Okay, let me pull a couple more cards. And nice. I got some beautiful cards here. A little bit more. We'll see. What do the cards have to say? Let's see where this goes. So I do ask the question when I shuffle the cards, generally speaking, but I don't necessarily ask it very strictly. My style, I'm speaking, just so you know. So what I do sometimes is I just shuffle the cards and I say, okay, here are the set of questions at the beginning. You answer them in whatever order you want. And then I just pick out the cards and then I take a look at them and I see what the message is. How does it speak to me? So I interpret it from there. So let's see, what does your pet think? Could be what do they think, what do they feel, or message, or it could be a combination of all. Let's see what this is all about. So you have the Six of Wands and you have the Star. Okay, let me think here. Six of Wands and the Star. Well, again, your pet is talking about you. You're apparently, I don't know what it is about your pet, but apparently they're kind of like the silent type in a way, but man, do they ever have a lot to talk about. It's like they're super chatty all of a sudden. It's like their inner world is really chatty. I mean, like you think they're really quiet maybe on the outside because they can't communicate in words, but they have so much to say. Oh my goodness. They, just like you, they love the way you talk a lot on the outside, and they just like, they can't stop talking in their heads in their own way, right? They can't stop having thoughts, and very observant animal, pays attention to everything. Watch out because you think that they don't, they don't understand. They're a dog. They don't get it. They get it. They get it. They see everything. They observe everything. Very astute. Very, 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 astute. Mentally sharp, very sharp. They see everything. And they just love you. They think you're amazing. They think you're like a god. So much expansive, sparkly energy. I know I've used expansive before. You just have this great energy to you. So whatever you think about yourself, you have, you may be very artistic. You may be an artist, or you may just have an artistic soul, or you dance to the beat of another drum, so to speak. And they're saying, just keep being you. There's nothing wrong with that. They're just there to help steer you in the right direction. They say they help steer you in the right direction a lot, even though you may just think that you're imagining that your dog likes to take the lead and tell you, like, show you. They're very protective of you. They like to guide you, they like to guide you. I don't know. They like to guide you through life. They say that they have a very important task. That's to help you just ground and, just enjoy with them and laugh. They like to get you to laugh. That's their main goal, they say, because they say, interesting, they say laughter is very therapeutic, and they say that it's used in the animal kingdom quite often in order to soothe. I don't know if that's baloney. If that's baloney, go ahead. You can let me know in the comments. Hey, I study animals. This is not possible. That's just the message that I'm getting that's coming through. So I could be wrong. I could be right. It could be just your animal in particular or certain animals, maybe certain animals and other animals not. I could imagine that would make more sense. But interesting. Anyway, that's what they're getting you to do. So if that resonates, let me know as well. Do they get you to laugh? Do you laugh a lot when they're around? Like when you look at their face and there's something that they do with their face that makes you laugh? Something about them, they say they take their role very seriously. Despite the fact that they make you laugh, they say they take their role very seriously. They are here to help you to ground and to relax and to enjoy. Not to worry, they're here to the rescue, and they love you. They love you very much. They think you're amazing. They think you're wonderful. They think you're, heaven on earth to them. That's what they feel about you. You're heaven on earth. You're all of this. You're the star. You're the star of the show. You are the star of the show. And, they just, again, this also achievement. They help you to achieve your goals because you have these brilliant ideas and this, brilliant energy where you can achieve a lot, and they help you to achieve your goals by keeping you grounded so that you can then focus and then do what you need to do. So that's why they take the role so seriously. And they say laughter helps you to get to a point where you're more relaxed. And when you're more relaxed, you can be more focused and you can make the right decisions. So it's very, very interesting message there and little tactic from your animal. That was really it. It was a short and sweet message from your animal. They really love you. They think you're brilliant. Let me know in the comments if this resonated. And, if it didn't, that's okay. You can let me know or not let me know. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. I'm just happy you stopped by, and, your presence is appreciated. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, evening, whatever, and I hope to see you in the next video. See you later. Thanks. Bye. Hello, number three. Let's get a read on what your animal thinks about you. I'm going to use the word animal instead of pet just because I don't know if it is your pet or if somebody else's pet or if your pet is deceased or whatever the situation may be. I'm just going to use the word animal. Okay, we're going to using the Oracle of the Unicorns in case you've forgotten, with the title in the description. What does your animal think, feel? What's their message? Okay, what they think, what they feel, and their message. What they think, what they feel, and their message. What they think. Miracles. Sorry, I wanted to show you. Miracles. Wow. Okay, they think you are. So I'm just going to rearrange the scenery. And here we go. Okay, so they think you are a miracle. You are a miracle in their life. How powerful is that? We'll get into that a little bit more in a bit after I show you all of the cards. What they feel about you? Magic. Wow. Oh my goodness, that's so sweet. I'll explain that in a moment, but I'll let you get your own intuitive read. And their message for you, courage. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Oh my goodness. I kind of want to cry. Your pet is such a sweetie pie. Okay. Or your animal. Whoops. Maybe for everyone in this reading, it is a pet. Oh, but just to be safe, just in case there's that odd person who's like, no, they're no longer with me or whatever, I'm just going to say animal. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm very, very touched I feel very emotional and giddy about this reading. Whatever, I feel like they may be a rescue. That's very, oh my goodness. They may be a rescue. I'm not going to share what their situation is because that's not what you came here to know. And not everybody's prepared to hear what the full situation of a rescue might have been. If you already know it, you don't need to think about it again. So I'm just going to talk about the fact that this pet or animal, I keep saying pet, it must be a reason. I must be, okay, this pet, it must be, hey, if I'm wrong and you're in this group, number 3, let me know in the comments below. Say, hey, no, tell me I was wrong, but I'm just going to say pet. Okay? Because I keep slipping up and I feel like that may be for a reason. So I'm going to go with it. All right. Oh my goodness. I hope you heard me. I have a sweater on. I should take it off. And if you didn't hear me, I apologize. Anyway, let's move on with the reading. Pet. I'm going to use the word pet from now on. Tell me if your animal is not a pet. They feel like you are a miracle in their lives. They feel like Heaven's Gate has literally opened for them. They said that they were in hell before. It wasn't a good time in any way. Whatever happened to them, they're not sharing at the moment. But you are a miracle. You are a miracle that has come into their lives. And, what they feel about you, they think and feel something very magical around you. It's like they're in Disneyland all the time with you. They feel, that kind of energy, those kinds of vibes. They just feel on cloud 9. They just feel like, they feel very enraptured with their time spent with you, with their surroundings, with their environment. They enjoy their walks. They say they have plenty of time to have fun outside. They love that about you. To you, like, everything you do is funny and it's great and it's awesome. And when they talk to other pets, or, I keep saying the word pet for you guys. So when they talk to other pets, they're always like, have you seen my guy or my girl? They're amazing. They're the best. They always like brag about you. Like, I don't even know how that works in the, animal kingdom, but somehow they communicate to other pets that they have the most awesome human in the world. Not sure how they do that, but that's what they do. They love you to pieces. They think you're a miracle. They love you to pieces. They feel like, they feel like they're looking through rose-colored glasses with you. And here's their message. Their message to you is to be courageous. They say that sometimes you don't speak up when you should. And they say that you don't always tell people what you want. And you sometimes can be kind of shy with your own wants and needs. Not necessarily that you're a shy person. I mean, you may be, but it's more that you're shy with your wants and needs. Like, you don't want to cause a stir with other people, and you're worried that if you propose a certain idea or express a certain want or need, that all of a sudden, you're not going to, or that, like, if that person doesn't want it or whatever, then you're afraid that there will be tension. Sorry. So I think you need to remember to just, it's okay if the person doesn't want it. You can propose an idea and just see where it goes, and to speak up for yourself in times where you need to speak up for yourself. that they think you're very capable. They think the world about you. So they just tell you to be courageous and be brave. You may have a horse. There was just a horse kneeing. What is that? What is the noise that they make? I forget. Link it in the comments below, or say whatever in the comments below. I forget what the word is for the horse sound, but yeah, there was that sound in the video, and then this is the Oracle of Unicorns, and there's a horse, basically like a horse with a horn on it, on its head, and so you may have a horse. I think many people in this group have horses, and if that's not the case, then your animal has a very strong, noble energy to them, and horses, from what I know about horses, and correct me if I'm wrong, or if you have more information and you do have a horse and you know a lot about horses for obvious reasons, and just because you're interested in horses, just maybe share a link with me with a little bit more information in the comments. I would love to read up on personalities of how to interact with these animals and everything. But from what I know about horses is that they are very noble creatures. They do have a sort of ranking order, and so I know that sometimes horses will like pull on each other's tails to indicate dominance. I read that. I once pet a horse and he pulled my ponytail. So I was like, oh, is that affectionate? But it didn't feel like, it felt kind of aggressive. And I was like, I don't think that meant to be nice. That I looked it up and it said that. So I don't know why that horse felt the need to tell me he was dominant, the dominant one. But yeah, that was like a threat. So I know horses can definitely have an attitude and a personality. They are highly intelligent in the way they assess people and the way they assess themselves. Yeah, they have, and they oftentimes will mimic the personalities of their humans, although not necessarily. And or I'll say they'll match the personalities, perhaps, is a better way of putting it. But then again, I could be wrong. Either way, if you do have a horse, that is so cool. That is so very, very cool. They love you to pieces. And whether you have a horse or not, your pet wants to push you through life, to keep pushing you to be more courageous and to stand your ground and to go after the things that you want and to go after the things that, speak your heart is what they're saying, basically. Because courageous comes from a Latin root word, which basically means in English to speak your heart. So basically, when you say someone is courageous, you're saying that they are a person who speaks from their heart. Okay, so they're asking you to just basically speak up for yourself. You're a beautiful soul, and they love you. They love you so much. I'm going to get maybe a couple clarifying cards for you, but there we go. I think they're just repeating the same message again. I'm just going to show you the cards. 10 of Cups, I mean, every day is a celebration with you. They're saying they love being with you all the time. They think you're fabulous. They think you're the world. You're everything to them. The Emperor, you're an extremely monumental presence in their lives. I'm saying lives because, for all of your pets. For the viewers, I guess, tuning in. They think you are just this wonderfully creative and beautiful. I'm hearing delicate come out, but also fiery and passionate, because of the Queen of Wands and its association with fire and fire signs. You may be a fire sign. You may possibly be a fire sign. Also, The Emperor makes me think of, I mean, this looks like a ram's head, right? The ram's heads here. Do you see that? So Aries, unless that's a goat. No, it doesn't look like it would be Capricorn, right? It looks like a ram, looks like Aries. Sorry if that's fuzzy. There we go. So I think that this always represents Aries when I see him, the Emperor. And then the Queen of Wands. You could very well be an Aries very specifically. And it may not be the case. So let me know if so or if not in the comments. I appreciate both answers. And yeah, you are... They love you. I mean, they look at you. They look to you, up to you, and they encourage you to be your best self. They feel like you are their person. You know, there couldn't be a better person. Right? You're a miracle to them in their lives. They absolutely love you. So, be courageous. They think you're magical. They feel magical around you. You're a miracle to them. And I hope you liked the video. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye. Hi, number 4. So let's get going on what does your animal, I'm going to use the word animal because I didn't know if you're, if it's a current pet or a pet that has passed on or somebody else's pet, so I'm just going to use animal. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to ask the cards, what does your animal think about you, feel about you, and, of course, what's their message? So let's see, in no particular order. Just in whatever order the cards decide to bring them up. Let's take a look afterwards and find out what's what. All right. We got a whole bunch of cards. Let's see how many. We've got 4. All right, let's see what these 4 cards are about. What does your animal think, feel about you, and what is their message? Okay, so we have past lives. Whoa. Whoa, that's cool. Miracles. Receive. Leadership. Yeah, those are the 4. Okay, so let me just arrange them here. Let me arrange them, and we will take a look. And don't be afraid to let your intuition do its magic as you look at the cards as well. Don't rule out your intuition. Okay, so whether you believe in past lives or not, you can't deny it. It feels like you've known your animal for a very, very, very long time, or that you've been connected to this, getting more of a spiritual vibe here, which is interesting. All of a sudden, it just struck me. You have this connection to higher planes of existence. You're able to tap into your past lives. And I think everyone in this group is open to the concept of past lives. If you're not, you may just be afraid to delve into it, but curious about it. And if you're really opposed to the idea of past lives, I'm not sure this is the right, tongue-tied. I'm not sure then that this is the right group for you. However, if you still feel that it's the right group, then maybe give the concept of past lives a chance. But either way, this is the message. You are very, very connected to an animal, a spirit animal, and you feel it. You have dreams of this animal. And feeling in most cases it's a wild animal, like a panther, or even like a dragon. You may have tuned in, having a connection to dragons, or even unicorns. You may have been drawn to this reading, and even more so wanted to listen when you knew that I was using the Oracle of the Unicorns. You have an ethereal connection to some kind of a spiritual animal. This spiritual animal connects you to lifelines and lifelines and lifelines of your past lives, has always been there, watching over you. You are a miracle. You are a miracle to a spiritual community. You've come here with an important purpose, and you are some kind of a miracle. You are going to don't always remain humble and grounded. Don't get too in your head. But you're here for some kind of a very important divine purpose. You're the key component of some kind of a project or something working out, which is going to, create a spiral and domino effect consecutively that will influence perhaps generations to come. There is something that you are going to do, that you've come in to do. You're in some kind of a position of leadership. You have a very important role in leadership. And you have to not be afraid to receive. If this is a pet, which in this group, I don't know if that's the case. But if it is a pet, then you can be rest assured that this pet is also your spirit guide, but they are with you in physical form. Now, what they are in their spiritual form may be much bigger and completely different. Like, for instance, if they're a cat, maybe in their spiritual form, they are a gigantic dragon. Like, I don't know if you've seen the movie Coco, but when the cat goes to the other side, I don't want to spoil it for anyone if you haven't, but watch the movie. It's super cute, but the cat goes to the other side and then becomes something else. Okay, so without spoiling any details of the movie, I'm just going to say that. So if you have seen that movie, that will make sense. But either way, your cat or your pet, if whatever your pet may be in spiritual form, is massive and much different than what it looks like in the physical. They are your spirit animal. They are here. If they are here in the physical, then it's very important for them to be here in the physical. They are supposed to help you, to guide you, to ground you, to share wisdom with you. And I'm tongue-tied. I don't know why I'm so tongue-tied. You, I think, are a very quiet person, maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong, you don't talk very much. Perhaps you yourself feel tongue-tied in situations, social situations. Your energy is very strong, though, and it's nothing to feel ashamed of. It's just because, your energy is so strong, so in a way you feel blocked. You have all these eloquent ideas. Maybe you should consider writing them down or creating something visual, because you have all these eloquent ideas that the world needs to see, and you need to express that out. I think your pet or your animal is asking you to express yourself because you have a hard time putting your thoughts into words. See, I even had a little block there. I think that is why. But you're meant to lead somehow. So in some shape or form, you can be a quiet leader. That's fine. You can lead by influence, right? You don't have to lead the masses. But you are meant to lead, and you are meant to receive great gifts and great happiness and just great fulfillment. And your animal is asking you to get over it's good to be humble, but sometimes you're far too humble. You're more humble than you need to be. And your animal is asking you to let in the gifts, that if you're receiving gifts, it is because The givers would like to give those gifts to you, and they would like to thank you for what you do for them. So your animal is asking you to open up your heart to receive. Your animal thinks that, you are just a beautiful, beautiful soul, beautiful energy. My goodness, very connected. You have a beautiful spiritual psychic bond with this animal. It's incredible. It's very, very precious and beautiful and rare and unique. And I am flabbergasted. I don't know if that's the right word, but I just don't know. It's just such a beautiful energy. You're almost lost for words, and I'm pretty sure that you understand where I'm coming from. So I don't know when the light went out, but I apologize for that. I must have lost battery. So, few clarifying cards for you. The Emperor and the Queen of Wands. Interesting, because they were the same clarifying cards in the last reading. I'm going to be fancy here. I'm going to make it special and romantic for you guys. Somewhat romantic. All right, there we go. So the Emperor and the Queen of Wands. This is a reminder to assume your position of leadership and to not shy away from it. That you have within your heart all of the capabilities of accomplishing all of your dreams. Always remain grateful for what you have. Others also are so grateful for what you do for them. You have a powerful, fiery energy as the Queen of Wands. You have a powerful, fiery soul. You have a strong, silent type energy. And your presence is more powerful than you know. Sometimes words are not necessary. Sometimes words are not necessary in order to command attention. Use your presence to your advantage to promote good and to promote positivity. That is their deepest wish and message for you. I'm getting that you have a quirky sense of humor too. I got that all of a sudden. So you kind of maybe appreciate my little blackout. I tried to do something kind of romantic, but hey. I really like your energy too. I think it speaks volumes without you having to say any words. And sometimes it's frustrating to be around people who try to get attention by just talking, but they feel like toxic people, you know what I mean? They just like put on a big show, and I know you hate that kind of person too. And I really appreciate someone like you who isn't necessarily someone who blabbers on for, an eternity just to get attention, and who speaks really loud, those kind of obnoxious types. I just really appreciate someone like you who's just like this quiet force of energy, powerful. I think that, it's refreshing to see someone like you. Let's just put it that way. I feel like there's hope in this world. Well, thank you so much for tuning into this reading. Ta-da! Where did that come from? Out of nowhere. You are full of surprises. That's the other thing about you. You have so many different hidden layers and parts of yourselves, and your animal wants to tell you to embrace all the unique facets of who you are as well. That's the last little message there. And you will find that once you do, things sort of manifest out of nowhere. And they say that you also have the ability to manifest. If you wanted to delve into that ability, you just have to read up on it, see how far you want to go with it. But they are reminding you of your supernatural ability to manifest things. And so just like this da-da-da appeared out of nowhere, you're also like that. Once you put your mind to things, you create something miraculous out of nothing. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you. Hello, number 5. Ooh. Excuse me. My candle went out. All right. Do you find yourself struggling to find things that you feel are lost? That may be the case. Your pet may observe you frantically running about, rushing about, trying to find things. They're saying to let go. Things don't have to be perfect all the time. And just like the fact that I couldn't find a new candle, it's all right. Things don't have to always be 100%. And so your animal is here to remind you of that. Okay, let's go ahead into the reading. What does your animal think, feel about you, and what's their message? Okay. Very interesting. There's just one card that wants to come out for the Oracle of the Unicorns. I'm hearing to leave that one for the end. Okay, let's look at your tarot then. Feel, think, no particular order, think, feel about you. What's their message? Okay, that seems like a good number. We have a couple more perhaps. The bottom, middle, top. Okay, one more for good luck. All right, let's take a look. What does your animal think, feel about you, and what's their message? So let's look in no particular order. I'm just going to start off by showing you all of the cards so you can kind of make up your own mind about them as well. So we have the 6 of Wands. We have the 2 of Swords, the 9 of Cups, the 8 of Cups, the Knight of Cups. Felt like I already said that, but I didn't. The 5 of Swords, the 7th card of the Major Arcana, the Chariot, the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and there we have it back at the beginning. So you have quite a few cards. Let's see, how would I like to lay them out? I think I'll do 3 major ones at a time. These 3 ones are calling to me first, and this is, oh wow, your animal is very organized, or perhaps you are very organized, and they know you like a very structured approach to certain explanations, and so they're delivering a very structured message to you. Interesting. So I remember I was saying that, you lose your keys. I don't know if you lose your keys, but you feel like you lose things at times. So you may need a structured approach. That must be what it is that you need a certain structured approach in order to understand certain concepts or to have things broken down. And I totally get that, because I feel like I also need a structured approach to things. So first of all, what your pet thinks about you, or your animal thinks about you for that matter in general, is that you basically have it all. You have, the perfect home life. They love everything about you, from the way you smell to the way you smile. They just really think that you are a very sweet and wonderful person. And, hearing the word cozy, they like to cuddle with you perhaps. Or if it's an animal in spirit, perhaps you feel the vibrations, the energetic vibrations of this, animal spirit around you. And the other thing that I'm getting is for the Two of Swords. Sometimes, interestingly enough, I almost feel like your animal's saying that you guys butt heads or you're stubborn about things and they want certain things out of you, or they want to show you certain things, or they want to teach you some things. Maybe you're stubborn about, sticking to certain behaviors or mentalities, and they want to get you out of that rut. So they feel like they butt heads with you at times, where they want to say, hey, I'm hearing for some of you, like, play with me more, and by playing with me more, you're going to be more relaxed, you're going to feel more centered and less stressed. So they try to do these little things to pull you out of your bubble, and they get frustrated when you don't listen. So those are some of the things that they think right off the top about you, that you're wonderful and they love you, and they love being around you energetically or physically, whether they cuddle with you or their presence is around you all the time. And they get frustrated because they say that you're stubborn sometimes and that you don't listen to them. They want you to listen to their message. So let's take a look at the next pair of cards, or the next few cards here. So for the next ones, we have, hold on a second. Gotcha. Okay. The next three, we have the Chariot. Okay. The Queen of Swords and the Eight of Cups. So this is, what does your animal feel about you? And they feel, first of all, they certainly do feel very protective of you. They feel like they know what you need best. There's sort of a possessive energy around you with your animal, and they may get annoyed when someone else is in the picture, and they just feel like, don't listen to anyone else but me. I know what's best. But they have, you take care of them, but they also want to remind you that they take care of you. So what they feel about you is almost like you're their child to a certain extent. I don't know if this is a family pet, or, we're talking about a family pet that was deceased, an animal that you had as a child who kind of regards you more as someone that they care for versus someone that cares for them. But I don't know if that's the case. This is just what's coming through. And I'm getting that they miss you. I don't know if you don't get to be with this animal very often as you used to, but they miss you. I'm feeling some sadness here. There's some sort of separation. And maybe you have to go away somewhere, but they miss you. This animal misses you. And if that's not the case, if you live with your animal, then perhaps they miss you when you go away during the day, or if you have to run errands, or if you have to work outside of the home. They're saying that they just miss you. They miss being with you. They miss being around you. They love you very much. Feel very strongly about you, and they believe in you. They believe in your capabilities. And I don't know if you can hear that outside. I have no idea what's going on. Are there fireworks? I have no idea. If people lost their minds, nobody can say. So I have no idea what's happening out there. Okay, Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups, Five of Swords. This is for the message your animal has for you. So your animal wants to remind you to always ground, remember to express gratitude, and to, do these exercises where you look in the mirror and you say why you love yourself. You find that too corny. I feel like your animal's like, don't find that corny. It's not about it being corny. It's about it working. And if it can work for you, then that's great. That's what your animal wants you to focus on. That if it works, it doesn't matter if it's corny or not. And so I don't know why that's an important message, but yeah, that's kind of what your animal is trying to say, that you have to appreciate yourself at the end of the day and find the will to love yourself through your own activities and hobbies and things that make you happy. Your animal is telling you to be open to receive help because you can be kind of stubborn in that regard as well. You like to do everything on your own, but nobody can do everything on their own. So you have to be open to accepting help. And if you can do that, then it's not about, losing or admitting defeat. It's just about accepting that some people have gone through some of the challenges that you're going through, and they have some advice for you and some perspective because they've already been there, done that. So they're not trying to put you down in any way with their pieces of advice. They are just trying to shed light on a better path, maybe one that they weren't able to manage the first time around, and they want to help you to manage that the first time around. So let's see. Those are the cards for what they think, feel, and their message to you. Now, I want to see what the last card is all about. And we're going to see, I have no idea why this one's so special, but it wanted to stand out. So, wow, interesting. Okay, so strength, this says. Quite the fierce looking unicorn, right? Strong, strong, strong. Your animal sees you as very strong. They encourage you to continue to become strong. They say that you don't know how strong you are. You think you're rather weak and silly, and you invent all sorts of like hurtful and harmful adjectives for yourself, but you're actually quite strong. You've been through a lot. You've been through a lot, and you know how to come through it even stronger. You intuitively, instinctively know. So there's nothing to be afraid of, they're saying. They're saying, keep pushing forward, keep going. There's absolutely nothing to be afraid of. It's all in your head. You are much stronger than you know, than you think, than you realize, than you care to admit. But at the end of the day, deep down, you really know how badass you are. You're quite badass, you're quite strong, and your animal wants to remind you to always honor your inner strength. That there are other people who look up to you and admire you for that strength. So don't underestimate yourself and don't underestimate that strength, right? Okay, well, that was a gorgeous reading. I really loved it. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your beautiful energy. I appreciate it. And I look forward to connecting with you in the next reading. Bye.